Go home now, you high school degree old hag. You weren't invited to today's wedding, and yet I can't believe you came here.
Rebecca, I can't believe what you just did. Suddenly pouring a bucket of water on me? How can you do such a terrible thing?
It's because you came to my wedding without invitation. A stupid woman coming to a wedding uninvited won't leave unless you do something like this.
What?
How could you come to a wedding without an invitation? You know I hate you, an uneducated idiot. I went out of my way to ask my mom and brother to make sure that you won't be here. Such an embarrassing relative with only a high school diploma. And yet, you sneak in here.
I did not sneak in. I was invited by the groom. I had no idea that the bride was you, Rebecca. Today was just a coincidence.
Huh? Why would a high school graduate dumbass be invited by Fred, the groom? He's a Harvard graduate like me, and he works for a big, famous company. There's no way he could know a high school graduate from the countryside.
I'm here because he knows me. Yet, you suddenly pour a bucket of water on me and kick me out. Plus, I can't believe that both my husband and mother-in-law hid the fact that my sister-in-law's wedding was going to take place. I'm really at the end of my patience.
I'm the one who's at the end of patience. I understand that you want to get along with me, a brilliant Harvard graduate. But you can't just barge into a wedding hall without permission. I guess high school graduates with low education don't have any common sense, or are just selfish. I can't stand the thought of being stepsisters with such a person.
What?
The wedding is about to start. There's no room for you, and it's embarrassing for you to be soaking wet. You high school graduate, old hag, get out of here right now.
Okay, I'll leave, but you'll regret it.
No, I won't. I'd rather feel great than regret it.
Then I'll go home without a fight. But please pass on the message to the groom, Fred. I can't give the speech you asked me to give as your boss.
What?
The speech draft's soaking wet, so the staff won't be able to read it for me. Today, I didn't come here as the sister-in-law of the sassy little bitch. I was here as Fred's boss. I didn't expect this to happen.
Huh? Wait a minute. You're Fred's boss?
Then take care of what's to come. I shall take no responsibility for what happens to you.
Boss, why are you suddenly leaving? Did I do something to offend you? I apologize if I did something to upset you, boss.
Calm down, Fred. You didn't do anything wrong, and there's no need to apologize. I just had a little problem with the bride and decided to leave.
What? The bride?
I'm sure you'll be surprised. I'm the sister-in-law of the bride, Rebecca. She's my husband's younger sister.
What? Really?
I know it's hard to believe such a coincidence, but it's true.
But Rebecca told me that her brother is single.
No way! She was explaining things like that?
Yes, she said her brother isn't married. That's what everyone said at the family dinner.
I didn't realize that even my husband and mother-in-law were part of the lie. I wasn't even invited to that dinner party.
Let's say that you were Rebecca's sister-in-law. Why were you not invited to the wedding? And why was your existence hidden from us? I know you are not the kind of person who would lie, but it's just too confusing for me to catch up with the story.
I'm ashamed to say this, but Rebecca and I don't get along at all. Or rather, she hates me. She despises the fact that I didn't go to college.
What? You didn't go to college?
Didn't I ever tell you?
No, you never told me. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that such a successful boss didn't go to college. I thought you graduated from an overseas university or something. The other day, you were on the phone with a foreigner, weren't you? You spoke fluent German, right?
Due to my family's financial situation, I couldn't go to college. I had to earn money to support my family. But language skills and work can be achieved if you have the ambition, right? So I worked really hard and became a department manager at the company.
Wow, that's amazing.
But Rebecca, she's all about academic backgrounds. It doesn't matter where I work or if I can speak German. She won't even talk to me just because I didn't go to college.
What?
I'm sure you'll be in trouble if I try to stick around. I'm sorry about all this.
I understand the outline of things. I'm rather sorry too. You came all the way here and yet got turned away.
It's not something you should apologize for. I'll leave you to it then. If you're going to continue with the wedding, good luck with it.
I had no idea that you were working with Fred and that you were his boss. When he told me about you, I was stunned.
In spite of that, it seems like your wedding went without a hitch. My husband showed me photos from the wedding, and they looked great. You had such a big smile on your face, no one would have noticed you were stunned by the news.
Oh, you're putting on a brave face. I know you're actually surprised the wedding went as planned. You must have been surprised to hear from my brother that everything went well.
Yes, I was indeed surprised. I thought it might have been canceled.
No way such a small thing would cause a cancellation, you moron. He and I both graduated from Harvard, and we both work for big companies. There's no way a wedding of such a talented and perfectly matched couple would be canceled. I'm not breaking up with him just for kicking out a high school graduate.
That's too bad. I was hoping that if the wedding was canceled, it would be an opportunity for you to change your attitude.
Huh? You didn't think I'd be in such a big hurry to get on your good side, did you? This Harvard graduate, a highly educated woman like me, to a bottom-feeding high school graduate like you? No way.
I was hoping you'd recognize me at least a little bit. I've worked pretty hard, though I don't know if I should say so myself.
I was surprised that you work for a big company and that you have the position of a department manager, but that doesn't sway me. I don't care what job you do or what position you hold. You're still a high school graduate. It doesn't change the fact that you're inferior to me.
I see.
It's rather a big opportunity for us.
A big opportunity?
You! Hand over the position of department head to Fred right now. Starting today, the boss is my husband, Fred, and you are his subordinate. This is your sister-in-law's order.
Huh?
It's crazy for a high school graduate to be the manager of a big company. And you're the boss of Fred, who graduated from Harvard. You, a high school graduate, should be his subordinate.
What's crazy is you, Rebecca. Why should I be his subordinate when I'm working years ahead of him? The company cares more about results than academic background. Can't you even understand that?
The company cares more about results. You sabotaged his promotion out of jealousy over his education. I will expose the injustice you've been doing.
Injustice? What on earth are you talking about?
I've been wondering about it for a while. Fred graduated from Harvard like me, and he's brilliant, but he hasn't been able to get promoted yet. He's the slowest to get promoted among his equals.
Yes, that's true. All the other co-workers are doing well and getting promoted regardless of their academic background.
I finally figured out why. Melissa, you've been sabotaging his career, haven't you? You were jealous of his academic credentials. You must have been using your position as his boss to sabotage his career. Otherwise, you, a high school graduate, would be deprived of your position as a department head.
Huh?
I'm going to file a complaint against you for all your evil deeds. If that happens, you will be demoted immediately, and Fred will rise to the top and take your place as the department head of a big company.
Oh my God, I'm starting to get a headache. I can't believe you're blaming me for the slow promotion of the man you love. Just to make sure I'm not mistaken, do you really mean it?
Of course. It's a good guess made by this Harvard-educated brilliant mind. How could it not be correct?
This is a good guess?
I'll have to inform Fred about this as soon as possible. He was always complaining about how strict his boss was, and he was worried about his promotion. I'm sure he'll be overjoyed to hear that I'm accusing his lousy boss. And this is how it ends for you. You bottom feeders should just work under bright people like us.
So, I'm working at the bottom, under an excellent department head. Please stop saying stupid things like that.
What?
It's true that I once told you that our boss is strict, but I've never complained about it. Unlike my excellent boss, I'm slow and not very good at my job. But she never gives up on me and trains me, and I respect and admire her. How can you be so rude to someone like that?
Is it you, Fred?
I can't get promoted because of my lack of results. And you're saying it's my boss's fault for sabotaging me? It's just going to make me even more miserable, so stop.
Oh, wait a minute. Why are you texting me from Melissa's phone?
That's because we work together, and we were just discussing things in the conference room. I was reporting to her that I'm breaking up with you.
Huh? You're breaking up with me?
Ah, yes. I have no choice but to break up with you now. We were supposed to get registered next week, right? We had the ceremony, but it's a blessing in a disguise that it was before the registry.
Wait a minute. Fred, why are you suddenly saying you're breaking up with me?
What do you mean? I've got no choice but to break up with you. I can't marry someone who disrespects the boss I respect.
Respect? Melissa is a high school graduate, inferior to you.
So what? It's classless to make fun of someone because of their academic background. And to top it off, not only you, but the whole family tried to hide her existence from me. I don't want to be a part of a family like that.
But being a high school graduate is embarrassing, so it can't be helped. It's Melissa's fault, having an educational background that has to be hidden. Besides, we just had our wedding yesterday. No way we're splitting up. Why would you say such a thing after a happy wedding?
Happy wedding? Which part of it? All I could do was force a smile.
What?
My boss often gets angry at me for being too concerned about others. It's especially bad when there's something I'm not confident about in my work. I'm always worried about whether I should push through with the work or ask someone for help. And in the end, I mess up. I've been warned many times that I always worry too much about others, but that's exactly what happened at the wedding yesterday.
What do you mean by that?
Either force myself to go through with the wedding or call it off. I should have called it off sooner rather than bother. But I'm a very peripatetic person, so I thought it over. how to explain this to my parents and friends who came all this way, what to do with the congratulatory gifts I received. So I forced myself to go through with the wedding.
What?
But after a day, I finally come to terms with it. I don't care if people get mad at me or disgusted with me. I don't care what they think of me. I'm going to treasure my feelings that I don't want to marry you.
No way! So you really don't want to marry me? We just had the ceremony yesterday.
Let's talk about it next time with both our families. And let's officially call off the wedding.
I don't want to do that. No way! I don't want to break up with you, Fred. I'm going to marry you and become your wife. We're going to be a highly educated couple, both Harvard graduates.
Just because we're highly educated, it doesn't mean we're good at work. And you don't have any common sense either. I don't think we should get married.
What?
I'm going back to work. My boss is also busy, so please don't contact us.
Seriously, this sucks. No matter how many times I try to contact him, Fred won't answer my calls. He ignores my messages. It's all your fault. How are you going to fix this?
He told you not to contact me anymore, didn't he? You graduated from Harvard, and you can't even read English?
Shut up, you bottom-feeding high school graduate. Don't get cocky just because you have a position at a big company. I'll never forgive you. I'll tell them the marriage is off because of you. I'm going to tell my brother and parents about everything.
You're free to do whatever you want.
This is the last time you get to act like you're okay with it. Everyone in my family loves me, especially my brother. He's always had the biggest soft spot for me. He'll divorce you, for sure.
What? You haven't heard yet? I already handed him the divorce papers.
Huh? You what?
I've already run out of love for him after your wedding, Rebecca. I was more pissed off with my husband that day than with you. That's why I slammed divorce papers on him that night.
Really?
I'm used to being disrespected by you, and also my husband not taking my side in protest. But I never thought he'd not tell me about my sister-in-law's marriage, the family dinner party, and even the wedding ceremony. And in front of Fred, he hid my existence and pretended to be single. That's just too much. We can't be a married couple anymore.
Oh.
To top it all off, it seems like he saw me get splashed with water. And yet, he didn't even come to help me, but instead, just mindlessly attended the wedding. And when he came home, the first thing he said was, "That was a nice splash." I don't need that asshole anymore.
But still, you're stupid enough to ask for a divorce. No one will marry a bottom-feeding high school educated woman like you. How dare you slap divorce papers in my brother's face?
It's good that we're getting a divorce, right? That's what you wanted.
That's right, but I'm still pissed off. I'm telling you, it's too late for regrets. It's too late to come to your senses and wish to get back together.
Would you rather tell that to your favorite brother? He's a husband who makes a lot less than his wife. No one will marry a man who disrespects his wife even in such a situation. He was so angry when I handed him the divorce papers. He signed it in anger, but can you tell him not to regret it? I think it's about time he came to his senses and reached out to me about getting back together.
Hey, wait a minute. You're a high school graduate, but your salary is higher than my brother's?
I'm a department head at a big company. I make a decent income. I'm not like that guy who got demoted because of his mistake at work.
What? My brother was demoted?
He got drunk and ripped his boss's wig off. He teased him about his wig and education, calling him a bald guy with only a high school diploma. After that, the boss loathed him, and his job didn't go well either. He was demoted in no time.
What? What the hell is he doing?
So, if you want to tip off your brother about me, be my guest. I'm already divorced and I'm not afraid of anything. After that, Rebecca and Fred officially called off their marriage. Fred seems to have had a breakthrough. He grew rapidly and became a reliable subordinate. He started to show good results at work, and his reputation is good. If things continue as they are, he may even be offered a promotion. And as for me, my ex-husband and mother-in-law have been pestering me to get back together with him. So, I turned in a summary of all the terrible things they had said and done to me, and decided to demand alimony on the contrary. Because of you, I lost my talented wife and also a lot of money, is what Rebecca is being told, blamed by her whole family.